Hello, guys. Hello, hello. All right. Let's just wait for a few people to come on because this is crazy. Crazy, crazy town if you miss us. But if we are not getting people to come on just right away, although you will want to, let me just say good morning to everyone. Hello, guys. Yes. Rocking my favorite shirt. All right. So I just did a little exercise because I sat there and I said, I see coaches either struggling or not making money or not making the money they deserve. So I said, hell, Rach, pull out your whiteboard. Hi, Sue. Let's make this real. So this is what we're going to do. I'm not even going to go over like mindset or blah. I really want to show you how this is possible. So I took out my whiteboard. Okay. Now just tell me if you can see this or if it's backwards. Because if it's backwards, I will flip it around. Someone just tell me. Hi, Rach. Thank you for, oh, great info. Okay. Tell me though, can you see this or do I need to flip the camera around? Which I can easily do. Because this is so important what we're going to break down. Okay. If you can see it backwards. Okay. Give me a second. Ooh, the whole interior of, here we go. Now we got ya. Little adjustment. Little adjustment. Okay, so let's break it down, guys. All right, right here. I'm just gonna make sure you can see. Yep, right here I have you landing at 145,000 per year, okay? So just remember these numbers, Susie never lies. These numbers are based on, so remember, if you're at a higher range, you're gonna go up even with this entire model I'm laying out. So like you can break the 200, whatever is in your price range. And these were just ones that I mapped out just, you know, based on knowing coaches or coaches coming in on like, what are they charging at the beginning parts? Here we are, $495 per month. We need 10 clients. Now this is what no one talks about is you can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna throw out an opt-in freebie, I'm gonna do this. You need to generate leads, opt-in freebies, webinars, live streams, interaction, call to actions, list building to be able to always have a healthy pipeline. All right, when I started this business, I thought I need to be doing like 10 strategy sessions a week or 5 at least, because everyone always needs to be converting. So if you're aiming for the 10, you need to be looking at 10 to 15, or you need to be doing live classes where you're converting those people because they're approaching you because you're giving value and you're saying, hey, this is what I can do. And you're also sharing your story, your backstory, speaking to your niche, having the right message, all of this. Then we move to group, all right? Now I always talk about this, and if you don't attend my webinars, you won't know this, but if you do, you know that I talk about Jane, Sally, and Jack. These are personality archetypes that I've developed that I talk about when I talk and I teach to coaches systems, is that there is going to be Jane who will never do one-on-one, ever. So why did I first develop my first group? It wasn't that I sat there and said, oh, you know, this would be a great thing for me to do. I was more comfortable one-on-one. It's that I developed this because I had so many people contacting me saying, I either can't afford you or I don't need one-on-one coaching. Do you have anything else that I can do with you to get the coaching that I need? Boom. That's when I developed my first detox. It's the same detox I sell today. I also developed that because the day that Whole Living magazine came to my house and I was at my clients doing a whole VIP day, which we'll get there soon, she said to me, oh my God, I'm doing this 21-day detox. Boom, light bulb went off and I said, this is insane. Why is she doing that when this is what I teach? But it wasn't formatted. It wasn't in a clear guide. So this is why groups are really effective. Now, I didn't even add in membership. That's a whole nother live stream. But here you can get into the membership level where of course you're charging anywhere, maybe you're bringing people in at $1.19, but then maybe you're moving up to anywhere from $30 to $99, depending on the value. I would say the sweet spot of where I see most memberships, $57, $67 a month, high value. You're giving high value. You have content. You're leading people through a system which makes them feel like they want to stay. But we're not going to talk about that today. We're talking about a group. Say you're doing 4 groups. This means 4 times a year, got to roll this out at $97. I didn't even go higher, guys. I'm going to tell you because I start coaches at this price. Some of them feel like they need to be a little lower. I think a lot of that has, just confidence in self, that we need to get used to coaching and stuff like that. But I see coaches doing double this price, triple. And you might even be doing a longer group that might be double. But I wanted to say 97. And I wanted to give a goal that I felt was realistic. Do I see coaches crushing it with 100, 200 people? Yes. But I wanted to give you something realistic so you knew that your goals are totally doable. My first launch coach was Dan Sameloff. She always had us write down her goals. And if you're just sitting there saying, I want people to work with me, that's not going to work. You need to get real specific. That energy and that dedication and that goal setting goes out into the world. And that is also what creates the energetic flow to have people come and work with you. $97 times 30 people, 2,910. We multiplied this times 4. We got this number. Then your upsell. Can't tell you how many coaches say to me, I'm buying this program from you because everyone's upset with me. They don't have a next place. So instead of just doing, hey, come for group coaching with me for 30 days or 60 or even 3 months, upsell them to a 3-month program. Now this is 197 times 15, 2,955 times 3 months, 8,865 times 4. That means that you're upselling people, which takes you also out of the chaotic mayhem launch mode. I have a lot of clients that I teach to, instead of having multiple pages, you can do 2 strategies. One is that you do the whatever your gateway, this gateway program is, and your signature, you can make it option 1 and option 2 right on one sales page. So people can either buy in and get this, and then maybe they get an extra bonus, an extra class, something of value with you. So that your pipeline and your security financially is constantly being evolved and nourished in multiple ways. This is where people get tripped up and then they're only making like either nada or 10,000, or maybe they can't even get to that. This is also about up leveling. So you're thinking strategically about your whole year. Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. What am I launching? Why? What's the story? What is the backstory to this? Why do people need to be with me after this gateway? Again, a membership is another option right here. Then we have our passive. Just want to make sure you're still seeing this low. Then we have this passive income. Sorry, my tripod's in the other. So you're on my mock tripod of my chair with a blanket so that this doesn't. Then you've got passive income. I don't care who you are in the world, and this is a place that I've gotten to in my business, is that I have one stream of passive income that makes me about $24,000. I just added another stream of passive income. My goal is to triple that number. That number is not for me to live on. This isn't for living. This goes into savings. But when you're sitting there and you're asking yourself, how much do I need to make? I wanted to break down for you like that this is doable, but it needs to be doable in a strategic way. And it can't just be, as many of you know, like, oh, I'm going to go like just throw this into the wind and hope. I did that and I got lucky, but I would say that luck isn't really luck in a way. It's that I worked to build that authority and people knew my story. People know still today. She struggled with Lyme. She got bit when she was pregnant with Sammy. She had ulcerative colitis. She's got, she had thyroid issues. She had this. She had, blah, blah. It's like that's all embedded in my story. So when I came out and said, I'm going to do a detox, or I'm going to do a program on adrenal fatigue, I'm going to do a program on this, people are like, okay, because the story was laid out. So then you have passive income. You've got to shoot for a 24,000 range to be where I'm talking about at 140, whether that's 1 or 2. The most successful entrepreneurs have 6 to 7 ways that they're bringing in money. Because if you think about it, you can only be active coaching in so many hours. And depending on the type of coaching, some coaching takes a lot more out of you because maybe you're dealing with a myriad of like deep, hardcore health issues. So you want to kind of have the balance of where do these other parts feed where you don't have to be active. This. I didn't even add in a DIY here, guys, which is another, because the DIY is also the sneak peek. It's a little, but I did talk about this a little in tripwires down here. Then we're at 24,000. You've got to be at that number. And so whatever company you're in, or whether you're doing MLM, network marketing, I've been talking about this a lot because I thought it was douchey and gross and blah, blah, because that was always kind of my experience. I never wanted to put people, give them products or suggest things that I didn't feel in alignment with soul. And I also wanted people to be empowered and to make their decisions. So I always felt that network marketing was this really gross thing because that's what I saw. I don't do it that way. I do it where I empower my clients or whoever to figure out what they want, what they need. So whatever you're doing, this needs to be in alignment with soul. 2 is that it needs to also be done the right way so that you're forming connections with people. And also that you're in alignment with something that feeds your business. For me, I wanted something that was oils, which is what I do. The second one is our hair products. That, as you can see, my hair, I don't think has ever looked this damn good. And so I am sold. And when you're sold, you're able to then share with other people from an authentic place. Same thing with your one-on-one and group, guys. If you haven't gone through that yourself, doesn't mean you need to be on the other fixed. Nobody's fixed in this world. We just get to a place where our health issues aren't running the show. We're running the show. We're like, we know how to work with them. I always say, my autoimmune, she loves to come out when I have just burned myself, when I have not held boundaries for soul, for self. And she comes out and she's like, shoop, hey, gonna make you feel like crap today because you didn't honor yourself spiritually, emotionally, or said no when you should have said no and you said yes. That's a big one for me. Then you're moving into classes. This is a huge trend. You see this. Go with the trending. Go with what is happening. What I'm seeing is we're going back. I want you to have an online presence, but we're going back to the days of face-to-face. Going back to the days of interaction, communication, because there's so much noise. So do not say, I'm not good at doing classes. Get good. I wasn't good at doing classes. I wasn't good at public speaking, but I put myself in situations where those opportunities came and I took them despite the fear. So even if you did, I did this cheap $35 class. You could do a whole class at $50. That could be a shopping tour. So many others that I break down. Then we are hitting 35 times 20, 700. Say you do that once a month times 12, 8,400. Can I just see if everyone's with me on this? Give a yes, yes, or a something, something. Okay. Just want to also make sure that you can see the bottom. Then we got VIP days, my favorite. I rolled these out so many. Now, I don't know your price per hour, all right? But I went with something what I felt was on the lower end. So I went with 100. I said 100 times 4, you have a 400 for a VIP day. I would encourage you to charge more or make it more high value, high ticket. It's 4,800. So let's just say that you're doing this for, hold on, 4,000. I didn't write down the number, 4,800 divided by 400. You need to rock 12 of these a year. See, when you start to actually break it down, which is why I'm all about implementation and really breaking shit down like this for my clients, or even when I'm doing my own like goal strategy, everything, is that you need to look at numbers. So whether you do this on a window in your house with these, or whether you have multiple whiteboards like I do, this has to happen. Otherwise, you're not really an entrepreneur. You're just doing something that you hope works out, but you haven't really laid it out on the foundation. So if you even rock a higher price, say you're at $150 an hour, and you do a 4-hour VIP, you're at $600. say you want to get 20 VIPs. That's 12,000. So I want you to really look at numbers. 12,000 could have just be coming from your VIPs depending on how many you say. Then you've got your tripwires. Why are these important? Ryan Dice. Thank you, Ryan Dice, for teaching us and bringing forth these whole, this whole word tripwire and really explaining why we need a healthy funnel. Meaning, up here, how's someone coming into free? Opt-in freebie. Class, this could be online or offline. Webinar. Summit. I mean, it's endless on the different free ways that somebody's coming in. So they enter opportunity 1, 2, or 3. Then you've got your passive income. You've got to figure out where that aligns and what you need to be doing to get there, because you can't put all your eggs in one basket. Just like hairstylists say, summer's a slow month, depends where you are. But if you're in a place where, most people are traveling, you've got to depend on your other resources to balance so that you're not in starvation mode. Been there, done that. I wouldn't say that we were ever starving, support my family, but there have been times where all of these weren't strategically laid out so that I felt panic and overwhelm. Hence what? Autoimmune and adrenal. Hence what? Feel like shit. Can't show up for, anything in life. So I wanted to break this down today. Let me just do a quick sweep. Okay, guys. All right. So that is why I wanted to break it down, because totally doable. If you feel like it's not doable, you can tell me. It's okay. But I feel like that is really doable when I think of coaches, when I think of not just coaches, not just fitness coaches, not just life coaches. I mean, those are the people that I work with in the health and wellness sphere. But I think of this as applicable. You could be a copywriter. You could do social media. You could have a marketing company, anything. You need to be thinking about in this, especially if you're an independent contractor, guys, because who is giving the check? Or if you want to leave that 9-to-5 job and work your real hustle that you really want to do, you need to be thinking that way too, so that you can set yourself up for success, actually leave the job that you don't want to be doing and make it work. Now, I could have laid this out and said, how are we going to make 300,000 or 200? This is the great thing of what I just laid out for you. This is replicable and duplicable no matter what you do. Your prices just may need to change. You may need to add in a few extra ways for people to, get in touch with you, nourish them a little more. You may need to be thinking about where your groups or having some extra low cost kind of programs like floating in there. But this is a replicable blueprint that you can use no matter what. Okay, let me just say all the greatness here. I'm just gonna, so this is a great question. Somebody's saying, I don't have an illness I struggled with. This is the thing, guys. Everyone's got a story. Like, everyone has a reason. And, it doesn't have to be like the illness. It doesn't have to be, I wouldn't say if you're a health coach that I would say like, wow, I help people to balance. Just as an FYI, Mind Body Green, Whole Living Magazine, they can say that. Chris Carr can say that. Like Gabby Bernstein could say that. They've built that authority. We as coaches or anyone need to go a little deeper. You need to say things like, for example, I work with men and women who are really stressed. They're overwhelmed. They're rocking a 9-to-5, which means they really leave the house at about 7 and come home at 7. They're tired. They are craving foods. They're exhausted. Their belly is bloated beyond belief. They don't even know what the hell to eat, and they're scared to eat when they're out. I help men and women to strategically create a blueprint for healthy eating, for de-stressing so they don't crave sugar, so they don't wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, so they don't feel like junk and funk and can truly live the life that they so deserve. And with that being said, you will in turn make more money. You will feel better. You will have more intimacy in your life, and you will, 1, 2, 3, just insert whatever you want to insert. It doesn't have to be the story like don't be me to steal the blueprint. But think about what you need to be doing today and what's not happening, because that's the biggest thing. We always go, well, I want to do this, but we never really analyze like what is then not happening, or what do we need to really be focusing on to get to this, the 145 or the 150 or the 200 or whatever your goal is. So I really want everyone, to take a look at this. Think about your niche. Don't think that you've got to have some like breakdown, oh my God, dying story to do what you love. Hint, you need to connect with people. Be real. One of the reasons that I come on here so much and I share about anxiety and, struggling with the financial struggle and different things I've had to do is I want you to do what? No, I'm human. That's it. If I came on every day and was like, I've got it all figured out. I feel like I've got it pretty damn figured out now, but I didn't in the beginning. And I wish somebody would have broken this down for me, because I had no idea what to do. I even had business coaches, but they didn't break it down like this is what you need to do and have these multiple things. They just were like, okay, what is the mindset? Now, don't get me wrong. If you got shitty mindset or money issues, you're not going to charge your worth. You're going to also be sitting there saying, nobody should hire me. Not consciously, subconscious. And no one's going to hire me. No one's going to sign up for that. And see, this is what, when I worked with somebody on mindset, and I did a whole group years ago, they even would have us talk. They would make us stand in the mirror so we could look at how we were talking. Watch my body when I say, no one's going to hire me. I don't know if I'm good enough. I don't know if I went through enough of my stuff to kind of help somebody. And, I don't know. Now, watch this. Let me just shake that shit off. As one of the shamans I worked with many years ago would say, and I had Max do this the other night. She said, just throw that baby back. Throw that baby back. That is a very shamanic thing, or energy. Just wipe that off. That has no parts. Woo, do a little kick. Okay, now watch me. I work with people who feel really stressed. They're moms like me. They are business owners who feel scared. They don't know what next step to make. So this is the thing. I teach you exactly what I did. I teach you how to build your business from the ground up with no frickin' money in your pocket, which is what I did. And so strategically, you are going to be able to take that exact blueprint, that platform, that system, and implement this into your business for a lifetime. Now I'll do it in the health. So I work with people just like you who are struggling with issues. I struggled with XYZ. I felt like I had nowhere to turn. And that's exactly why I became a health coach, because that moment that I felt that I had nowhere to turn was the feeling of feeling so disempowered, so scared, so alone. And so I work with men and women like you, which is why I'm putting together this 30-day program on how to get your body back, how to feel great, how to have great sleep, how to not have the bags under your eyes and feel good and feel confident in everything you do. And you are going to get 1, 2, 3, 4 from me. And if you actually sign up now, which you'll want to, you're getting this free extra masterclass with me. We're going to ask me anything. I'm going to dive deep into everything I've got in my kitchen, what I do in my bathroom, how I take care of myself, skin brushing, all that stuff I do before I even hit the shower. And I do that in less than 5 minutes. So would we want to be this, or we want to be this? I want to stand tall. Get, just like you'd be doing squats. not good position. Stand, ground your feet. Take a deep breath. believe in what you're going to do, and that is how you're going to make over 100,000. We mapped out 145,000. It's doable, but you also got to leave the mindset, blah, blah, blah. Or you got to have what I call the come to Jesus moment for a Jewish girl. You have to say, self, do I really have issues? Money mindset issues. Oh, yeah, we did. But we took care of it. Self, do I really believe somebody should hire me? Fuck yeah. Because I went through X, Y, and Z. And because I know how to help somebody. You're teaching somebody what you know. That is it. Alicia saying, I love the presentation, but my internet dropped. No problem. Replay is going to come. Suzanne, awesome. Come and join my free group. This is, kind of what we rap about a lot. Hey, Kelly. Oh, good. Okay, so I'm going to pop this on the replay so you get this. And I just want you to really dig deep today. Like, dig deep, see where the holes are in your business, and see what up here is happening. Do you really feel that you are worth it? I'm going to pop my group in. I'll pop it right under this when I hit the finish button. So it's been great to be with you guys today. We are going to be doing this on Wednesday, how to make money. I'm going to transfer this over to my business page as well, which is Rachel Feldman, which you can go there. But I'm also then going to do Motivation Friday, meaning how do you get through the pain when you sit there and you feel like you're doing everything right, but no one's hiring you. So I'm going to break down steps of my business that I've done, steps of my personal growth that I've done, spiritual, everything, to squash those old stories so that I can be successful in all areas of my life. It's been great to be with you guys. I will see you soon. I'll pop that link in. Thanks for being here, guys. What an awesome morning. Okay. Thank you, Alicia. All right, guys, you are my inspiration. I know that sounds crazy, but you guys are part of my why. So I'm going to hit the finish button so you can watch this and study the whiteboard that we laid out. Peace. I'll see you guys later.